You can integrate indirect, capital, and non-sponsored project types from the EPM Planning Projects module with Project Management. After you create and approve projects in the EPM Projects module, send them to Project Management for detailed task-level budgeting and control. This series covers the tasks to integrate EPM Planning and Project Management. In this second video, we'll look at the steps required to configure EPM Planning for integration with Project Management. This assumes that you've already enabled the Projects module in Planning. First, enable the out-of-the-box Project Management integration features. Second, update Project Smart Lists with project template names. Third, add project organizations to the entity dimension. And fourth, set up a connection to the reporting cube for projects. Step 1. Enabling Project Management integration. Navigate to the configuration page for the Projects module and click Enable Features. Select Project Reporting and Project Management Cloud integration. You can enable Project Reporting independently, but it is a prerequisite for enabling Project Management Cloud integration. I'll click Enable, confirm the features, then log off and log back on. Enabling Project Management Cloud integration makes these changes to projects in EPM Planning. The project name field in the Add Project rule is mapped to the alias in the project dimension. A new project number field is added to the Add Project rule and is mapped to the member name in the project dimension. New smart lists are created to store the names of project management project templates. The Delete Project rule is modified to prevent deletion of projects that are approved and already integrated with project management. Step 2. Updating smart lists with project template names. You create and maintain project templates in Project Management, where they are required for project creation. EPM Planning stores project template names in smart lists. Let's navigate to Smart Lists. The system adds two lists when you enable Project Management integration: Indirect Project Template for indirect projects and Capital Project Template for capital projects. These smart lists give you a way to select the template required for project management when you create projects in EPM Planning. Edit the smart lists to add template names. To avoid issues when you run integrations, ensure that your project template labels match the template names in Project Management. You can also run the Export Project Templates report in Project Management and then format the data for import into EPM Planning. There's no direct integration of project templates with EPM Planning smart lists. When you add a project template in Project Management, you must also add it to the appropriate smart list in EPM Planning. In Project Management, when defining project template names to be used for integrations, Oracle recommends that the name include the associated organization. This helps EPM Planning users select a valid project template and organization combination when they create projects. Save the smart list when you're done adding templates. I'll add template names to the Indirect Project Template list too. Step 3. Adding project organizations to the entity hierarchy. In Project Management, the project owning organization controls which organizations can own a project. For integration purposes, these organizations correspond to leaf-level members in the EPM Planning entity hierarchy. You can run the Export Project Owning Organizations report in Project Management and then format the data for import into EPM Planning. Let's open the entity dimension. I've already added organizations as leaf-level members under PPM Entities. Note that in EPM Planning, the entity hierarchy is common across all modules, including projects. If you import project owning organizations as members, make sure to import to the correct parent in the entity dimension. Step 4. Setting up a connection to the project's reporting cube. You need an internal connection to the reporting cube to support the REST API calls issued during integration jobs. Navigate to Connections and create an Other Web Service Provider connection. The connection must be named Project Reporting. For the URL, enter your service URL and append /rest/v3/applications/your application name/jobs to the end of the URL. In Advanced Options, define a header for the REST API calls. Finally, enter an administrator username and password for EPM Planning and save the connection. Related videos and the Unified Planning, Budgeting, Execution, and Analysis of Projects technical brief are linked in the description. To learn more, visit docs.oracle.com.